I'm Ash.
And I'm Fatima.
And this is
Fatash.
Fatash. A short one because my phone didn't want to alert me to anything that was happening today, so that's my bad.
Yeah, and I gotta get going. I gotta get dinner.
Oh, is it gonna be actual dinner or is it gonna be as invisible as your crochet? You just put a plate out. Put a plate on the table, but like dinner's ready. Your mom be hot. Like, what you mean this is dinner? Oh my
Mad. Did you do anything for Mother's Day?
My grandma did end up coming into town the morning of, which is what I was trying to figure out with her because her birthday is actually tomorrow.
Okay.
So it was like, okay, are you coming out here or are you coming out here next week for your actual birthday? And she's like, no, I'm probably not gonna do anything. And then I double check with my aunt. I'm like, are you going out? Because if you go out, I can go out, but I can't go out next weekend. She's like, no, she might be coming out this weekend, and I'll go out there next weekend. I'm like, okay, like just trying to figure out when I could actually see my grandma.
Yeah.
And then like the morning of like Saturday, she's like, yeah, so your grandfather and I decided we're gonna come out today. I'm like, oh boy, okay. So I'm thinking like, does my aunt know? Because when they come, they crash at her place. But
Oh.
she also does Airbnb. So if y'all don't coordinate, y'all might not have a place to sleep. And y'all are old now. Y'all can't just be like sleeping anywhere, because my grandmama also tries to come to my house. And I'm like, Nana, you're not allowed to stay at my house. There's nowhere for you to sleep that is respectable for a woman of your age. I'm not about to have you sleep on my bottom bunk where like the even the mattress down there is starting to get worn. Like the only one who stays at my place is my friend because she is my age and she's of the mind of like, I'm just trying to save money. I'm not
You have
doing
a
that to my
you have a butt
74-year-old grandma.
you have a bottom bunk?
Yeah, I have a loft and
Okay.
it's big enough that the bottom can fit a full size box mattress box, and then I also had like a fold away twin size bed, but I just put that on the box, and so that's where people would usually stay. But it's cramped down there, and my nana cannot like no. That's for young people. That's for people 40 and younger, But so yeah, so we coordinated last minute for my grandma to hang out with my grandma anyway, and luckily I had already ordered her gift. Um, a couple days ahead just in case she didn't come and my aunt could take it to her for her birthday. So like you either gonna get it as your birthday gift or Mother's Day. So she got it for Mother's Day and it was one of those syndicate boxes, but instead of it being the cake box that you open up and like butterflies fly out or whatever, this time it was a bubble box. So you opened it up and it was like a fountain of bubbles shoot out and there's lights and it was a bottle of popcorn because she really likes popcorn. So I'm like, this is perfect, but she was already on to me. She's like, what is this? Is someone gonna jump out? I'm like, what? Oh, why would you think that? And then like as soon as she just cracked the box open, you just hear the gear go. She's like, what is this?
Is
And we
there a
were
refund if the bubbles don't come out?
it wouldn't get there in enough time. But it worked. It's just she didn't open the box up all the way like she was supposed to. She like cracked it open, so it was like a crack allowed just enough of the bubbles to come out. And we were in a restaurant, so like the
Oh,
bubbles,
okay.
but like no one was sitting immediately next to us, so it was fine. That's why I even told her to open it because she was like she didn't really want any of the appetizers. I was like, oh well, in that case, you can open your gift now. It's hilarious. I'll see if I can find the video, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Just grabbing dinner with my nanners.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I called my mom on Sunday. She ain't do much either. Just I think my stepdad got her some flowers, maybe. I know my brother sent her some flowers, and then maybe my stepdad picked up breakfast because he don't like to cook. He'd rather just buy her something that she wants to eat. He's not cooking. What about you? Did you actually cook for your mom for Mother's Day?
Yeah, yeah, I
By
cooked.
request, or you just made her whatever you wanted?
I made her whatever I wanted. I I tried a new recipe. Luckily, she liked it. Also got her some flowers, and I
Oh,
baked her a lemon cake, which also
oh,
was not by request, just whatever I wanted, because of the fact that if I let her request it, then like I'll be cooking banana cake
all
over and
day.
over again. No, it's not more or less labor. It's just like the same thing over and over again. Because her rationale is like, I already know that I like this. Why try new things? And
I mean, and I get that logic, especially on Mother's Day or her birthday, on things where you're supposed to be doing stuff for people and what they want. Just give them something that you already know they're gonna like. But like for
do what
Christmas,
she wants all the time. We gonna try a new
okay,
thing. And you know what? We tried new things and she liked them. So
sure, and I'm saying it works out in your favor because trying new things that you make, folks generally are gonna like. But it's also just a safe bet to just give them what you already know they'll like. Like, if you're being lazy, that's gonna be the way folks know. Like, either you really are mad at them right now about something, or you did not care and forgot. So you make them something you already know they like. It's like, what did I do to you? Why are you mad at me? What, you didn't put in effort to make something new this time? What did I do? This very passive aggressively bakes you something that you want. It's like, oh crap, she's mad at me. She don't even want to expand my world anymore. uh, what about
yeah.
the rest of the family? They do anything, or they just stayed out of her way? That's a gift
They
in
signed
itself.
well, they signed the card. So
Whoa! Ah, not just signing the card,
it's fine.
man.
Um,
I hate when people do
yeah.
that.
And we also okay, so and yesterday we got the flowers in because like dad does the landscaping around here, and we have like flowers that line the sidewalk
Mm-hmm.
coming up to the home. And so we got the flowers in, which is great because we bought these flowers a couple weeks ago, but like we were talking to some of the other people there and they were saying like, yeah, it's a great time to buy your flowers, but it's not a good time to plant them. So I've been trying to keep them alive in the house and I'm very
Yeah.
forgetful. So
Has the weather been real? Well, not real bad, but just like
it hasn't been real
unpredictable.
bad, but it has like gone below freezing since we bought
Yeah.
them, so we couldn't plant them yet.
Yeah, I've heard that's been the issue for folks out here too, where they was like, "Oh, we had like 3 days of like actual spring weather, and then suddenly we're getting frost warnings overnight."
Hmm.
Like today, I think it's supposed to be like 80, but by Thursday it's gonna be back to like a high of 55. Like, what are we doing? Make up your mind. It is going on end of May. Like, even for
Yeah,
Chicago standards, we should be at a consistent like 65, 70 at least.
for the end of May,
For
yeah,
end of
yeah.
May, we should not be going nowhere near 50s again during the day.
Beginning of May is always a crapshoot, but end of May, yeah.
End of May is disgusting. Yet I've been here for like 10 years, and every year I'm pissed off at the lack of consistency.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Have you seen that Netflix show in
which
Japanese called Straight to Hell?
no, see, you are the second person in as many days to say that there's something good on Netflix that I'm not gonna be able to see for God knows how long. Because my grandma just
Oh,
finished watching Nemesis.
what's that?
It looks like it's a crime drama by the same woman that did the Power series. Did you ever watch Power?
Okay. Mm-mm.
I did. I
Mm-mm.
I did enjoy Power in the spinoff. with
No matter how many of my students told me to watch Power, I didn't do it. I'm sorry,
I
y'all.
like
I
Power.
didn't.
I'm not even gonna lie. I like the main series Power when it and its ending, but then there's like a prequel, Raising Cain, and then there's a sequel. What was it? Book of Force or Book Force, whatever that followed Tommy the white boy. I like Tommy the white boy. That was a crazy white boy that was clearly raised in a black neighborhood, but he's basically like Eminem.
Okay.
If he grew up in New York and didn't go into rapping, but went into selling drugs full time and has a very contentious relationship with his mom, and then kind of find out he has a half black brother who's gay. Very interesting. It was very interesting. I actually fell off of it, but all that to say, same woman did Nemesis, so now I'm like, damn, it might actually be good because I did actually I like their hood stories, but yeah, so I haven't been able to see that. And then you said it was a Japanese show you was watching.
Yeah. Okay. So and it's one of those based on a true story.
Oh, and it's
based on a true story, and followed by also this is fictional.
Some elements are true, some are not. You'll have to figure out which elements are.
So what is going on? And I guess this is like a real woman. And it's the story of this real woman who was a very like prominent psychic. And she sold lots of books, and also she had a TV show. And I guess like sometimes on the TV show she would tell people that if they didn't change their ways, they were going straight to hell.
Well,
or that they were about to enter their calamity period of their life.
You said you in your calamity era.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was this called again?
Straight to hell.
So there's a manga, I think it's out now, called Sleeping on Paper Boats, about an author who was basing some of the characters in his book on people in his real life, and they started dying.
Oh,
so like, right. So like the first one, oh, that's a coincidence. The second time, okay, now that's odd. The third time, he's like, oh my god, the power of the pen is really killing people, and he like I guess dissolves into like alcoholism, and he's just like, I mean, never fuck anybody up. You find out.
No, just start writing about different people,
or write about people that you don't want in this world.
Okay? I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's like the Death Note with more steps. because got some. He's not specifically writing necessarily in, mind you, I have not read the book yet. But it's not as if he was writing these characters as I understand it, for them to die. It's not they died in the book, now they die in real life. It's just they were.
Well, once you find out you have that power, like come on, that don't mean stop.
How they gonna catch you? Especially you write them into your story. They're just a character in your story. They could just be barista number 3 from chapter 4. But they die.
They can just be the president.
I'm saying the alibi would be like, how are you saying I killed them? They were just a character in my book. They had 2 lines and they were a side character.
Yeah, and they were alive in the book.
So I don't know what to tell you, but thoughts and prayers, sorrows, and all them good stuff. But yeah, so I wonder if there's like any similarity between that concept in sleeping on paper books, or sleeping on paper boats, and straight to hell. Like maybe it's a mythos in Japan about predicting somebody's death by writing it. Well, because you said she was psychic. She wasn't necessarily writing.
I think she was a psychic, but also like there's that part is true. Like there's actual like footage, because she had like a TV show. There's footage of her telling people like they were entering their calamity period, or that they if they didn't change their ways, then they were very likely to commit suicide and go straight to hell.
It sounds logical to me. If you doing a whole lot of drinking, you're probably gonna die of liver cirrhosis or something, or you just not gonna be
No,
in a good state.
she said this on the very first episode in like the first 5 minutes. She was talking to this girl, and the girl it was just saying, and she was telling the girl, like, okay, so you're about to enter your calamity period. Do not get married in the next 3 years. And the girl was like, but I want to get married when I'm in my 20s still. And she was like, then you should have done it last year.
Oh.
And she was like, "What?" And the psychic was like, "And you had somebody, didn't you?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "But he cheated on me at it." And she was like, "Well, look."
Look, all
People
she
who don't
said.
work on themselves as you like you don't, like, this is what they get. If you get married in the next 3 years, the shit's not gonna go the way that you wanted to. You don't work on yourself. The whole reason you want to get married is because you don't want to figure out your bullshit, and you want to hide within the like the structure of marriage.
Drag her.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and again, it's not like the psychic said never get married. This isn't like I feel like something bad is going to happen. It's not that situation where it's like do not get married unless you really, really love this person or you in for it. This was literally in the next 3 years, do not get married. In those 3 years, she could be working on herself. She could meet somebody, be engaged for that last year of the 3 year, and then in year 4, get married.
Yeah.
That's all she
Yeah.
said. In the
Yeah.
next 3 years,
Chick was
do
acting
not
like she
get
didn't want
married.
to hear it, so the psychic dragged her and then told her she was going to hell. Like,
I'm on the psychic side, honestly, because again, she gave her like, girl, you need to work on yourself. You trying to hide on your bullshit. Marriage ain't gonna help that. Use this 3 years to work on yourself, and by year 4, then you can get married. You probably would have had a man that is gonna do right by you. But all you worried about is that you want to be married in your 20s. Bitch, ain't much different from 29 and 30. If we like
that there might be in Japanese society, because you know that they do everything in a lot of Asian cultures. They do things by the numbers. Like, if you're not married by the time you're like, what is it, 26, 27 in Chinese society, you're a leftover woman. Like,
yeah. True, but like, what if you have a man? It's like I'm not married, but I have a man. We're engaged.
then it's like, well, why aren't you?
Because we're saving up, and I need to work on myself. But my grandmom's standards here in America, she was saying that by 21, you're an old maid.
21. I can't even get through college.
Nope, not back in her day. But I mean, my grandma was married by 18. So, yeah, 21, you're an old maid if you ain't married. But I'm like, but our life expectancy is a lot longer, especially as women. So, like, 21, like, that is so young. Like, looking back at 21, I'm like, ew.
I do not wish to have been married to anybody I had met.
I don't think my grandmom has ever dated anyone other than my grandfather. And they've known each other since they were kids. Now, I don't know how consistent this relationship was, because as much of a gossip as my grandfather is, he ain't going to reveal his dirt, and my grandmom ain't going to reveal all the nitty gritty either. But for all I know, they could have been on and off since they were 10. And in between has some, little flings from the neighborhood or what have you, and God only knows what happened over in Vietnam when he was in the war. But
some people just want to be with each other, which is
I know, that's what I'm saying. But I don't put it past anybody, and they haven't said anything. But shit, they've been married longer than I've been alive, so something's working. But it was a different time too. It's like back then there was more, not necessarily a mindset to make it work, as it was drilled more in women that to be divorced or unmarried is worse than death. So you need to come with a book of recipes. You need to be pretty at all times. You need to know when to shut the fuck up, and you better be fertile.
I
And you're
think that
going.
might just be the women in your family because I have a grandmother and I had a great grandmother, and my mom told me something that, like, when she was telling her grandmother, which is my great grandmother, who I knew, she was telling her that, hey, Larry proposed, I'm getting married, and she was like, oh, for real, that's nice, honey. And then she said she looked out and she could see like her own husband like out in the yard working, and she was like, I wish my husband would just die.
No.
Mom was like, why don't you just get a divorce? She said, a divorce? Girl, I'm Christian. And I'm thinking, like, you just wished.
You just wish death on somebody. But that's what I'm saying. She'd rather wish death on somebody than get a divorce.
And you know what? And also, that was her second husband. Because her first husband had died. Okay. And then also, but like her second husband was so young that like my grandfather had gone to school with him.
Oh. All that
and he did die before her. I'm not saying she killed him. I don't think she did that. But like, I don't know. Maybe it's not good to sleep in a bed next to somebody who wishes you would just die. Like,
put voodoo on you at night. But all that to say, the women of that generation, there was a pressure to be married and to stay married, whether that's your Christian upbringing, American propaganda, whatever the fuck it is. The mindset of being married and staying that way is the way.
My grandmother told all of her girls that they needed to have their own money so that if they didn't like who they were married to, they could leave. My other grandmother also told me like that I'm fine and I don't need to get married ever if I don't want to.
You want to switch grandmas? I love my Nana, but good Lord, she's really trying to wrap her head around the fact that, like, yeah, I don't want none of the men.
And after my grandmother that told me that, like, she had been single for some years, and she said, didn't you notice how, like, after your grandfather passed away, she said, I had people trying to get with me. She was like, but just because somebody offer you something, it ain't yours until you accept it.
Preach on it, grandma. And that's coming from a woman who's experienced marriage to tell you, like, nah, you ain't. If you don't want it, it ain't for you.
You don't have to. You are fine.
I tell that to everybody thinking about going to college. As someone who's gone to college, nah, this ain't necessarily for you. Yeah. This was something for me because I needed the structure. So, like, marriage in itself is somewhat of a structure, and some folks might just feel better in that structure of marriage, whatever they set it to be. I don't like feeling obligated to people any more than I need to be. I want to be able to just walk away, and sometimes it'd be over some bullshit reason. Like, I could wake up one day and just not like your ass no more. But if we dating, that's fine. But if we married, now we gotta divide up the assets and the kids and
a whole lot of paperwork.
All that paperwork. We could have just been together. We could have just been together.
The exit cost of marriage are obscene. It is easy to get into. You can get it done in like 5 minutes down at the courthouse. But the divorce,
and again, that's just
we need to see every transaction for the past 2 years.
and the debts too. Oh my God. This is not to disparage or discourage anyone who does still want marriage and all that. It's just for 2026 as a woman, it's just not. I don't.
People ain't gonna come back to this podcast and say we was the reason. This is already happening.
Oh yeah, no, of course not. But like, I'm just saying, like, because I can still look at folks who are married and be like, oh, I'm so happy for them, but also not want that for myself. You know, it was funny.
I don't
shared this.
I've always had it on an if-then contingency. like if I meet somebody who doesn't make my asshole itch, and
No, I'm past. I'm
and it's
past
a
that.
good time in my life, and I feel financially secure because I like my own financial security
Very important.
is important to me because like I remember
Yeah.
what my grandmothers told me, which is like don't enter some shit that you can't leave. Like
And I was never brought up on that. And I'm like, how did I come up with this mindset when I grew up in a family that didn't push that? And that's not to say that they pushed it like you need a man, you need this, that, and the third. There was just no real talk outside of go to school and get an education. Like, okay, but what about my money? Like, there was no real thought. There was no emphasis on like saving your money, investing, all that kind of stuff. There was stuff that I decided for myself. And like now that I'm older and other folks in the family are older, now they're talking about investing in this, that, and third. But like that was not uh a cornerstone of wisdom instilled in me as a young woman. And just observing the relationships in my family, I'm like, yeah, this ain't it for me. This ain't it. I mean, shout outs to Nana and Papa. They've made it 30 plus years. But I'm looking at the rest of y'all and I'm like, why do y'all still want this? I got an aunt that still wants to meet somebody. I got my mom that's been married twice. And I mean, in her defense, each marriage has been longer, you know. But I'm like, but what's the benefit outside of you just love the nigga? Like, okay, y'all
I don't
gotta
know.
intertwine.
Well, here's the thing. I would not want to have children or own property with somebody that I was not married to.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Like it's as staunchly no marriage for me as I am. I do feel like if you are going to go into having a family with somebody,
If we're going to be pulling assets together, then I need
y'all need
I
that
need the
contract.
legal, yeah, I need the legal protections that marriage offers.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Those are the only two reasons for marriage is like the protection of the kids and like what they will inherit later, and if y'all got property. And even then, depending on what y'all's individual assets are and how y'all can kind of game the system of being like a first time buyer, you know, you buy the house is in your name, but then you don't want to be living in somebody's house and your name's not on the deed too.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Like, nah, like even just renting an apartment, like if you're gonna be here permanently,
even just living there, because like as the woman, you will probably do more work in the house,
yeah,
and legally that doesn't show up. Like,
that's why you gotta have it in the prenup.
you're
Like
right.
in the prenup, there should be like some kind of agreement of like some kind of delegation of money, because especially if they're going to be living, say they're going to be a stay-at-home mom for like the first 5 years of the child's life. You've been out of the workforce for 5 years. That's going to set you at a disadvantage, you know? So you want to have some kind of cushion of income, essentially. I mean, the job employers, they don't necessarily care how much money you got in your bank, but like, you know, maybe you want to buy yourself something nice and you don't want to have to keep asking your husband for an allowance. It's in the prenup that you give me $100 a week or whatever it is. So I'm not always asking. It's just there. But anyway, it's not here nor there. All
Oh,
that
you
to
look,
say,
you can see that. You can see that. Okay, because it's not green, but also,
what is that?
I didn't pick this cover. I'm almost done reading the Iliad. I kept reading the Iliad, and now I'm on chapter 21 out of 24.
It looks bigger than 24 chapters.
It's
how long is each chapter?
I don't know. It depends. In some of these chapters, like chapter 2 is famous for like, this is a log or some shit. They're just like, I don't know. But I've been enjoying it. And I was talking to my brother yesterday about how like it's a shame that we don't get to like the way that he, because I was talking to him like, because I was like, you said that you read this book, but like I don't think you read this book because you can't remember anything from it. And
So
also
much.
like like I can see where you made notes and stuff. You only made notes in one of these chapters. It was in chapter 5. And then there's like no notes or markings at all.
Is this in anticipation of the Odyssey
The
movie coming
Odyssey?
out?
No, actually I was reading the Iliad before I heard that like the Odyssey was before that Odyssey trailer dropped and before I heard about it. But no, I was just reading the Iliad because I had run out of stuff to read and it was there. It was, and so I just picked it up and I was like, wow. I tried to read this in college and ended up dropping the class because I was thinking, because like also like they assigned like read the Iliad in 1 week and I was like,
A week?
I'm not going to.
Hello, I'm in college. I'm taking
I,
more than just this class.
yeah, Trevor went to U of Chicago and in the class, and then like he ended up getting like the Iliad and a whole bunch of other books, and he was given 2 weeks, 2 weeks to read the Iliad, 2 weeks to read it and comment on it and write essays about it, pull out the themes, all that shit. And I was telling him like it's such a shame because like so like he's like, look, I read it, but I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
I read all that stuff that they told me to read. I don't remember anything because I was just like speeding through it, trying to extract the themes or whatever and figure out what I need to say to get an A. And he was
And
like,
then
it's
they
a
wonder
shame
why
because
kids
like the
today
way
is
you describe it, it
using
sounds really cool.
over here using the fucking chat GPT and all that to help with their homework. Because you over here assigning the fucking Iliad for 2 weeks with feedback as if they don't have all these other classes they taking. The fuck?
Right. And it's such a shame because it's like it's a cool book. It was cool. It's been cool to read, but
Yeah, I'm
and
pretty sure I
it's
read it in high school. Like the high school workload was a lot lighter, and I had like maybe a month or something. And like every day in class, we was going over a section of the book or something, and then like the culmination of it was a summary of our thoughts. But that's in combination of what we're reading in class, what we're discussing in class, and what we're reading on our own. So there's enough time to
and
like
also like
absorb and
he's at this university with like people who like have already read the Iliad. So they're already getting credit for stuff that they already knew because they went to private schools. So like yeah, he was just explaining, but also like I really don't think he read this book because like I said, he was like, well, did you read? Because like when I got to chapter 5 and then like afterwards I noticed like there's nothing else, I was like, Trevor, did you read this book? He's like, I did. And I was like,
but he was in a rush. He read it and he retained the information just long enough to do what he needed to do to pass the class. And then it's like,
yeah.
I don't need this shit anymore.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
at
I
the
mean,
point where Achilles is fighting a river. He's fighting a river. The river is pissed off at him
as one
because
is,
Achilles keep killing people and throwing and dumping their bodies in the river.
I'm pissed off too. Does the river manifest as something, or it's literally just the river? Okay.
No, it's the river is a god, but also it's the river. So it's like, so first he tried possessing somebody else, and then Achilles killed that person. Achilles killed that person while whining that he was going to die too.
You can't be fucking with these river gods, man, because
all the gods are insane. Like they
well,
are
yeah,
they
the
are
Greek
not
gods
good people, but
especially.
also they are not people, but they are not good.
The Greek gods especially, but like I was thinking of how in Spirited Away, Haku was also a river spirit that
Mm.
took the form of a little boy, but also a giant dragon. And I'm like, you do not want to piss off the dragon. And I think he remembered Chio, the little girl, because she had like almost drowned in his lake or something, or in his river, and he rescued her. But his river no longer existed because they like filled it with junk or something. And I think that's why he was in the spirit realm, because
Damn.
he no longer existed technically in the human realm because they filled up his river with junk and shit. They lucky he was nice. Fucking dragon. Oh my god. I wonder how much the Odyssey is going to differ from the Iliad. Like you and your brother need to go see the Odyssey.
Well, the Odyssey is different from the Iliad in part because like the Iliad, like they're on the plains of Troy and like they're fighting in the war. The Odyssey is after the war. So the war is done, but now that's more like a journey. Like they're going places. Here, they don't go anywhere. They stay right where they are. And where they are is where they have been for the past 9 years. But and then there's also so like because I'm coming to the end of this book, I need to go ahead and order the Odyssey. But then I was trying to figure out like which version of the Odyssey I need to get. And then also I was trying to see if there were other versions of the Iliad that were available on Project Gutenberg because I love Project Gutenberg. And there were versions of the Iliad in Project Gutenberg. Here's the thing though, but they all use Roman names. And I was like, I do not know why you were doing this, but I know I don't like it. Yeah, I'm not about to learn all new names for the gods.
They gave the
keep it Greek.
Oh, I don't know why I was
All
thinking Roman
yeah,
Western. I was like, they
Roman
started,
names for the gods.
they
So
changed.
are you there?
Yes, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, it's like they named Zeus Zach.
Well, no. Okay, so instead of Artemis, it's Diana. Instead of Hera, is Juno. Yeah.
No, don't like that.
Instead of Aries, it's Mars. Like, yeah. So those.
Oh, yeah, because now it's the planets. No, I don't like that at all.
Instead of Athena, it's Minerva.
Ew.
Don't say that. I had a coworker whose name was Minerva.
Sorry to
she
all
was
the Minervas
really
out there.
nice. She was
I'm sorry.
really
I'm
nice.
sorry. That was my knee-jerk reaction to that name. Minerva, Mora. What's another name that I don't like? Buford. That's my grandfather's middle name.
Buford.
Buford.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about that name? I just don't like it. Buford? But my family used to rag on me all the time because I said the middle name for my son was gonna be Philosopher. I liked Philosopher. And if he ain't like the full name in convention, he could just break it down to Phil. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna name a child Philosopher and they be a dumbass. So the irony of the dumbass with the middle name Philosopher. I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. But I liked it. I think it's cute.
Yeah. So I have to order the Odyssey now, and I've pinpointed a translation that I want. So
you don't want to just rent it from Libby?
No, I like because if I get it from Libby, then I have to read it on my tablet, and the whole point, and I like read, and then that's going to keep me up. Physical books before bed help me get to sleep. So
I forgot that was the whole point. Even though tablets looks like paper, or that's one of the
I have the tablet that okay, so that tablet that looks like paper. I would have to buy one of those.
Oh, okay. So your screen does not have that same kind of.
All I have is my iPad, and my iPad. All iPads are backlit. So
yes, gotcha.
I would have to get a separate reader.
I thought you did have a reader that was not
Oh, I
backlit.
do have a reader, but remember, it's very old. It's very old,
Yeah.
which is why I only read stuff that is from Project Gutenberg or like free on the internet. And then I could, because it does have an SD card slot because it's that old.
I would think
But
that as old as the Odyssey is, you'd be able to find a free copy.
not in the translation that I want, because remember, I don't want any of the
Right.
translations with the
The
Roman
Roman
names
names. Right.
for a Greek story.
Yes.
I told Trevor about that, and he was like, "That's wrong."
That reminds me of like when we used to get the Japanese dub or the English dub of Japanese cartoons back in the day on Kids WB, and they would
Yeah.
like rename things that are clearly not the thing, but because Americans don't know what it is, they're like, "We'll just make it an American thing." Like there was an episode of Pokemon where they were eating like rice balls, like onigiri or whatever, and the character said it was a donut.
Oh.
It's not a fucking donut just because you can sometimes have a filling in it.
No.
They called it a donut.
Oh, that's terrible.
God forbid kids be expanded upon cultures that are not their own. On top of the fact that they rename, the characters. Ash is not his name in Japan. I forget it. Hold on. What's Ash's name in Pokemon? It's not Ash. It's not Brock. It's not Misty. It's like, I don't know. It ain't that. But they kept Goku. But Ash had to be changed.
Wow.
Yeah, but all that to say. But to be fair though, Dragon Ball Z was not on Kids WB. It was on Cartoon Network. So there was a little more integrity over there.
Well, back to the Odyssey.
Yes.
What did you think about the trailer?
Honestly, I haven't watched it.
Okay.
I don't want to be spoiled. I saw screenshots of it. It looks very moody. It's very Nolan-esque.
Okay, so there are people. Cool. Do you want to know what the people on the internet are crashing out about?
Yes. What are the people on the internet crashing out about now?
Okay, so like the classicist people are crashing out because
hold on. I do know there's one thing. They don't like the costumes because they're not period accurate or some bullshit like that.
Well, it's this story takes place in the Bronze Age. Why is everybody in iron?
And listen, I like when people who are more informed about period pieces can clock stuff like that. I love it, especially because you'll have YouTubers who are big into like fashion and period stuff like that, and they will drag shows and movies for not being accurate enough. They tore Wuthering Heights to shreds for some of the changes they made in that. I mean, even what's it called? What's that other show with the period people?
Bridgerton.
That one too. Yup. They will come at them for the hemline being too high or too short or too colorful. So I love it. Give me more. What else they mad about?
Okay, so they're mad about a Black Helen.
Oh, here we go. Lupita
is telling.
And Zendaya's in there too, isn't she? Zendaya?
Yeah, she might be Athena. They don't know yet.
They get so mad when fictional characters are not accurate.
I know.
But when Black people make the same complaint, now all of a sudden we colorblind.
Travis Scott is in it.
Oh God, what is he? What?
As a bard.
Okay, that makes sense. It's very tongue-in-cheek of them to make Travis Scott a bard. Now, if he starts rapping,
well, okay. Well, you gotta think like I don't know about the Odyssey, but like the Iliad, it's poetry. It's supposed to rhyme.
True.
It's
There you go. Never mind. No, you got me there. Okay, well, here's the thing. Again, I haven't seen the trailer and hearing some of their casting choices.
This could be a modern take for all they know. Like it looks like it's in the past, but it's like the Odyssey, but if it was modern day with some olden things mixed in for aesthetics, like steampunk.
okay.
Make it
There's another
Greek.
thing. Okay, there's more. Okay, so the version of the Odyssey that they made the movie from was a recent version that was written by a woman, and that also has like the racist and the patriarchy like coming together to be like, it's woke, I hate it, they made the Odyssey woke.
Also, I'm just now remembering with the whole Lupita Nyong'o being a Greek god.
Did we forget about the fucking Egyptian gods movie? Where like 99.9% of the cast, if not gods, were white Europeans. Some of them even having fucking Irish accents, and only one black man was a god. I didn't hear no one complaining about that. They were just complaining it was just a bad movie overall, and the action was horrible. But no, I don't hear no white folks talking about the Egyptian gods being white. But the Greek gods, oh my god,
they're mad. They're very mad.
Written by a woman. Frankenstein was written by a woman too.
Or did we forget? They're mad about that too.
a lot of your faves, written by a woman.
And it's not the first time that the Odyssey has been translated by a woman. But
and
this woman
translated.
But also this woman also like took the time to like she wasn't doing a translation of a translation. Like she's been into like this stuff since she was like a small child, and she was translating directly and saying like some of the stuff that male authors like put into the Odyssey and into the Iliad, like calling a woman a slut, like they didn't have a word for this. That was a translation choice, and she's just choosing to make a different choice,
right?
Based upon what is actually there,
more accurate, which is usually what a translator will do. Because I see it in like when I'm reading the subs on like on a Japanese anime, they will, depending on who the translator is and who signs off on it, it'll be a different term for like sometimes you're just trying to keep the vibe of the translation and not be a word for word interpretation.
Because that would be silly. That would make it silly or stupid. Right. Or
in some instances, there's not a direct word for word translation for something in another language. But again, at least in terms of anime, you just want to keep the vibe. So there'll be certain slang terms that you will bring in for the translation in English that might not be the direct translation or a term used in Japanese. But this is as close as we're going to get to that. And some people are going to be mad.
But you over here they mad already. I think what really set them off was like there's black people in this movie. But
black people in the movie and translated by a woman who took out slut. You don't even know what she might have put in its place. Like, again, her translation may very well still keep the vibe. Like, maybe they're called a harlot instead of a slut. Like, I don't know. But, like, there's so many words you can use to disparage someone, let alone a woman, that depending on the context of what they're disparaging them about, maybe instead of calling them a slut, they call her a bitch. Because in this context, you being a bitch. Every bitch is not a slut, and every slut's not a bitch.
Yeah, well, the internet is crashing out. That's
what the internet does.
And I think it's funny. I'm not I just read the Iliad. I'm not a purist at all.
I like looking at the discourse for stuff
and
that
I
I have
like
no
and I like the
attachment to.
and I like the differences in the translation.
Yeah. I like to see people crash out. Just again, I have no connection to it. So I can
But
go
also,
into
like,
it with
I
an open
remember when
mind
they
to
were crashing
hear.
out about. Remember, like that Troy show on Netflix? They were crashing out about a black Zeus. I mean, Zeus turns himself into a swan, and you
He
don't
can
have
turn
any
himself
problems.
into anything. You don't think Zeus is going to turn him into someone that got a big dick? Come on now. That is Zeus behavior.
Also, like Zeus, like really loving the Ethiopians and not being available at sometimes because he's in Ethiopia dining with the Ethiopians.
He's like, y'all do know where Ethiopia is, right?
Where he has his guest mountain.
Y'all don't know where Ethiopia is, and it shows.
And at the time that this was written, like Ethiopia is how they refer to the entire continent of Africa. Like,
so again, people crashing out because they don't know their geography and history. Now, I did not know that Ethiopia was Zeus's favorite hangout spot until you told me.
Yeah, he has a set. So he has Mount Olympus, but also he has his separate mountain in Ethiopia and
in Africa.
He goes there and he throws banquets and shit.
Yeah, like that's what I'm just saying. I'm like, me, a novice to Greek mythology, hears that Zeus, who can shapeshift into anything, likes to hang out in Africa, and y'all are shocked that sometimes he's a black man? It makes sense to me. I'm surprised he's not a black man most of the time. Is he over there?
In like the early chapters of the Iliad, Achilles is mad at Agamemnon, calls his mama, and it's like, "Mom, Agamemnon took my woman." And he was like, "Tell Zeus to smite him." And she was like, "Look, I'm gonna help you out, but like you're gonna have to wait because Zeus is
he's in Ethiopia. You know how he be. Passport bro Zeus is over in Ethiopia." Oh god, I don't know why the presence of black people makes people so upset. I don't get it. I don't get it, because it's rare. It is, at least in my experience, and I'm biased. I'm a black person, but if there's like one black person in a situation, they are rarely the worst thing about that situation. Whatever it is, I don't care if it's a boardroom meeting or a movie. That one black person in the movie, I guarantee you, is not the worst part of it.
That's gonna be the scapegoat, though. It's like, oh, why are you here?
They'll be the scapegoat for those crashing out and wanting to put the blame on something. But it's like, in the grander scheme of things, they are barely a drop in the bucket for why something went tits up. I guarantee you. Now, if it's a real black
the English professors are just pissed off that things are not more bronze. Like,
we just want period accurate medals. Y'all over here looking at freaking skin tone. Everybody was tan. Ain't nobody have no sunblock. Ain't nobody really care about the shade unless they were the rich.
Yeah, they keep talking about how tan the Greeks are in the Iliad all up and through it. And also, like, the Trojans are supposed to be Turkish.
Like, if you were anywhere in the Middle East or Africa and you was out in that sun being a soldier or a farmer,
you've been living outside
dark
for the past 9 years.
You are dark. You are crispy. You might not have afro features, but you are not lily white. You just not. You not. And because of the region, you already have a little bit more melanin than your European counterpart too. If they out in the sun, they flaking and they red. You at least just gonna be cracking.
Also, okay, and brown. People are also crashing out because Elliot Page is in this movie.
Okay.
He may or may not be Achilles. And
what would be wrong with that? What are we talking about? That sounds like appropriate.
People are mad. People are mad that and like even if not Achilles, just in the army, people are mad.
Okay. Once again, not knowing our history, even
if he is Achilles, at this point, Achilles is dead. So he ain't doing.
But there might
shit.
be a flashback.
No, not a flashback. I think at one point Odysseus goes down to Hades, and that's where he sees.
Either way is appropriate because they were gay. There were gay people in Greek mythology. Okay, and they are one of the star ones. Elliot Page, I'm almost certain that does Elliot Page not date men?
Elliot, I don't know who Elliot Page dates.
I don't know.
Like the what bothers them is the transness.
Oh my goodness! Oh God!
Even though,
oh my goodness!
I mean, Achilles
has been out in
if they had done like it. Well, also like Achilles has done his time in a dress. He was living on an island.
You don't know the fucking story. From what little I have learned from you, none of this casting is pissing me off. If you know the nuances of the story.
I mean, you got shape-shifting gods that love Ethiopia. I think you can cast anybody you want.
You got a gay couple. What? Oh my God. And I haven't seen Elliot Page in anything since the Umbrella Academy. So
right.
I'm just happy for them to like have a job. But like I don't know what they've been doing on the back end of things. Maybe they have been working, but like, as an actor, I think they're fine. I can't even remember what was their name before. They were in Juno.
I think it was Ellen.
No, it wasn't Ellen. Either way, it was something Page. I think they kept their last name. But I say that to say, as an actor, regardless of the gender they was presenting on screen, they were fine. I can't say that I missed them, but it was like they're gonna do the job. I'll say that. Give them the role, and I think they will do the role.
Elliot Page is formerly Ellen Page.
There you go.
Made it even simple for us.
Right. Look, so simple. I forgot what their name was before. But again, every role that they've been in, I feel like they've been able to capture what that was supposed to be. That the roles that they've been in, even when they were a woman, they weren't especially feminine.
Well, Juno
was a tomboy.
Was pregnant.
Okay, but when I say feminine, I mean like, they weren't what's that big titty Sweeney girl? What's her name? I've been calling her Titty Sweeney, but I know that's not her name.
Oh my God.
What is her name?
Oh,
Mike, what's that girl's name?
I'm blanking.
Titty Sweeney.
I know who you're talking about.
It sounds similar. It's similar to Titty.
I know, but also Sydney? We all sick of seeing that woman's titties.
Is it Sydney?
Sydney?
There it is. See, I said it was close. There you go. Sydney Sweeney. She is like unapologetically
the girl with the eyes. What do you want to say about her eyes?
Yeah, whatever, nigga. She is.
He said with the eyes. I remember like a year before she did the Good Genes ad, there was a long Reddit post with people going back and forth asking, why is this girl on my screen?
I think he's just being funny trying to talk about her eyes, knowing good and goddamn well he ain't looking at her eyes.
No, people do. They did make comments about her eyes. They said they called her a sloth face.
I don't know if this emoticon is supposed to be her eyes or her titties. Anyway, I bring her up to say she is especially like the feminine ideal in both how she presents and the roles that she takes on. Ellen Page did not do that when they were Ellen Page. Elliot Page was a smooth transition for me. Like, I don't have to break my brain to be like, oh my God, that was once a woman. No, Elliot Page has always been Elliot Page, even when they were Ellen Page. So they will be fine in this new role. Y'all will be fine. They'll be on screen for like maybe 3 minutes.
The internet is crashing out.
The internet will crash out about any goddamn thing than anything that's actually important. And they still gonna watch it. Like, y'all gonna bitch and moan about it and still have that movie #1 in the box office when it comes out. Because y'all gonna see it in IMAX.
So you can bitch some more. Yeah.
I wasted my money on that. Ain't nobody tell you to do that. You could have gone to a free screening. If you that much of a movie buff, you probably could have gotten into an early free screen and maybe even a red carpet. But you not. You just mad with a computer living in your mama's basement.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go now.
Okay.
Because gotta get dinner going.
Quote unquote dinner. It's just gonna be an empty plate. That you gonna say, it was green.
It's just green.
It's just green.
It's just green. These are real. That's a real thing.
All right. Well, let me not starve your family. I've been Ash.
And I've been Fatima.
This has been Fatash.
Fatash.
Bye.
Bye.